Hello. I should be live. Oh, hang on. No one can see me. Now you can. Or you should be able to see me and hear me. Let me know. Of course. Yay, it's Gem Day. Hello, Pia. Hello, Martin. Hello, Nilf. Hello, Jason. Hello, Sabby Coops. Beware of the tractor profile pics. Solid advice. Hello, David. Calm down, everyone. All the homies are here. Well, probably not all of the homies, but lots of homies in the chat at the moment. Planet Bees. Hello, Salad Faux Girl. Jem will be in good form today. Ooh, no pressure. Hello, Louie. Don't forget to smash like, hit subscribe. Thank you for the support, David. Hello, Marissa. Hello, VSL. Hello, I'm Butter Barnes. Good to see you here. Can you guys hear me and see me, by the way? I think Axel is here as well. Yeah, awesome. Hang on, I need to change my chat again to live chat. Oh, you see and hear me. That's great news. Who's spooky? Audio and video, okay, perfect. So far, anyway. Hello, JP and Julia. Jem called me Nilf. My name is now NJLF. That doesn't roll off the tongue. Sorry, Nilf. Najilf. That's just, yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue as well. So yeah, I've got no dog outfit today. I thought it was a bit too warm, but but then I was yeah, I was too cold, so I've had to get my dressing gown on. Maybe I'll whip it out next week. That sounds a bit. I'll whip the onesie out. Yeah, I'm actually a bit nervous today that it's not going to work because for some reason I've been using this checklist on ChatGPT, and for some reason my checklist was gone, and I was like, oh, my checklist, because obviously you all know about my past trauma, and yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, yeah, it was traumatic when I couldn't get this working for weeks and weeks and weeks, and yeah, it broke me, and I couldn't find my checklist, but luckily I managed to. I did save one on a Word document, which is not as good. But I'm really nervous because usually when I play a video on TikTok, I do like a mini sound check before I do another sound check with you guys. So, so I played a TikTok video, and usually the bar moves, but I can't hear it. But today, the bar moved and I could hear it. And now I'm thinking, shit, that's different. So now I'm worried that basically I'm going to hear twice because when I go live, I'm just concerned that I'm going to hear the sound through TikTok and through my capture card. So now I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But literally all of the settings are the same. And also, I'm a little bit late because I was messing around with this. Hang on. I'll show you. There's this filter, color correction, because for some reason on TikTok, my face always appears like a lot redder than it does on YouTube. My face appears a bit redder. So I was trying to like work out a way where I could. Oh no, that's not good. Where I could make my So yeah, I've got brightness. No, I don't want that. And then saturation. Oh, that's even worse. I look like I've got bad sunburn. Oh, hang on. Let me try the other way. Jesus. Oh, that's better. Let me put it on the default because I don't want to look too pale. Because, you know, like, obviously we've got... people are like, oh, vegans are so pale because you don't eat meat. Oh, no. I can be... Oh, I look like the girl from Willy Wonka, the blueberry girl. Shit. What? Oh, I look sick. Maybe that's not a good one. Okay. What's this one? Okay, I don't know. Right, let's put default, and then what I'll do, see this is still quite red, is I'll try and lower... No, it wasn't that one. Saturation, wasn't it? I'll try and... Okay. I'll just do it like -20 or something, because I don't want to be too pale. The blue one is cool. Yeah, I remind myself of the girl from Willy Wonka, you know, the blueberry girl. Right, I'm just going to go with this and we'll see. Yeah, I feel like I'm less red and more like my natural colour. Right, let's see. Oh, you're in grayscale. Can't be vegan if you drink water. Damn, I guess I'm not vegan because I've got my water already. Please not crying. I cannot promise. Yeah, no, I think it'll take at least like 3 fails in a row to get me to that level. My beard is in grayscale. Yeah, I didn't know they had those settings, VSL. I was just playing around with it. Right, let's go live and let's do some sound checks, I think. Let me just open up my checklist. Because we're not here to mess around with filters, and we're here for business. We're not here for mucking around. Let's see. Where's my... Okay, so that checklist. Okay. So, okay, so I'm gonna go live on YouTube. Strange questions. Are you a Mormon? Mormon. Am I a Mormon? No, I'm not. Why are you so insecure? I don't know. I didn't know I was. I don't believe veganism is the best strategy. Well, why don't we talk about it? I'm gonna pop the link in the chat in a minute. So let me just make sure. So, okay. Everyone can hear me. Oh, I forgot to say as well, there are some mods. Yeah, so for YouTube, really low expectations. So yeah, only delete a comment if it's like really harsh, like hate speech or something. And if somebody's spamming, then just put them on a timeout. We don't want to, yeah. We like comments. They help with the algorithm. So, I eat beef and pig. Why don't you come and talk to me about it? Weird that you've said beef and pig, not cows and pigs or beef and pork. Like, Yeah. Uh, oh crap! I forgot to do the sound check. Right. Let's see if I've got. We've got
Hey, Jan.
Axel. Hey David, you alright?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm kind of relieved that I can only hear you once. I was I was paranoid that
Uh,
there was going to be an echo for some reason, but
seems
um,
like you got it down.
yeah. I'm just gonna wait to do a quick check on YouTube just to make sure everybody can hear okay, because we didn't do one earlier. So yeah, if you guys could say just confirm that you can hear David okay, that would be amazing. And then yeah, we'll get going.
I can hear you. I can hear you on YouTube.
Oh, can you okay.
Let's go.
We just need to know if people can hear guests. That's the main thing. That's the most important thing.
Yes. I heard myself
Perfect.
actually.
All right, wicked. So just give me a second. I'm just gonna paste the link into my other stream just so people can join. They know where to come. Yeah, I weren't sure after last week as well. I weren't sure whether or not to have like a panel limit. I know some people do that because I had a couple of the people that don't usually come on up came up, and then I was thinking, is that too many, or is it like um, is it a bit pointless having that many people, or is it going to take longer? Yeah, I weren't sure, so I was going to ask people what they thought. If anyone has any
Yeah,
opinions.
I think that's not a bad idea. Maybe just have a couple people up, and I don't mind dipping out too, like, and if you want to ask other people if they want to try it out or something like that, that could be a good learning experience for people too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe
I
we'll try that.
I have another idea. Like when you're doing the conversations, and then you pass it off to like other vegans.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just like one other vegan at a time, and then like that way we're not like dragging out too long with one particular non-vegan.
You mean like per person?
Yeah.
Um.
So like the one conversation comes on, you talk to them, pass it on, one other vegan talks to them, and then
Yeah.
conversation moves on to the next.
Yeah. That could work. I mean, especially if there's only a couple of panel members. But then if the other person's got like an amazing point that no one else has said, I don't know. We could just play it by ear. Yeah, we're learning.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's all good.
Can I just say something too? I noticed every single comment I make now, it gets reported. And so I'm not sure if that's happening to you guys, but go and look at your activity and just see if it is, because it could be the fact that we're getting mass reported or I'm getting reported just myself. And go and challenge every time you're reported so that way your channel doesn't get affected or banned or something like that. Challenge every single one, even if you made a shit comment, still challenge it.
Wait, you mean you've got your comment got reported on my live stream, on this live stream,
Yeah,
or
even when I said LOL to someone commenting, or I say, watch or go check out challenge22.com, everything, every comment, every single one, I think, is reported for some reason. I don't know why.
that's weird.
Yeah.
VSL says people are rude with that report option, so maybe I don't know. Maybe it's somebody who's doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Um,
could be. I just thought I would mention it just in case.
yeah. Yeah, but there's I don't know why somebody would do that. We're just here for a conversation. So yeah, a little bit about the stream. So basically, I'm here just for conversations with people. I'm not here to try and catch anyone out. I'm not here for an argument or a debate. I'm here to ask some questions, try and get a bit of an understanding in terms of, where your morals lie, what your belief system is, and then if you're living in alignment with those. So, yeah, just friendly conversations. Um, yeah, just honest conversations as well. So, yeah, we'll get going. I'll accept the first guest up. Oh, and also make sure you're over 18, because TikTok does not allow under 18s on lives. Hey, Bagel, are you over 18?
Oh no, I didn't know that. But
Oh, no worries. Sorry, I've just got to drop you. I appreciate the honesty, but you can stick around. If you've got any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments. It's just unfortunately, yeah, TikTok will take the live down if you are under 18. Hey, Harley, are you over 18?
Yeah, but I have a young voice.
What's your date of birth? Okay, it shouldn't take that long. Yeah, it shouldn't take that long to say your date of birth. Let's carry on. Not J. Hey,
Good
not Jay.
afternoon.
Are you over 18?
Well, over 18.
Okay. Am I okay to call you that, by the way? Not Jay? Or do you want, is there another name I should call you?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Perfect. So, how do you feel about animals?
I like them.
Like animals? And how about animal exploitation? So, I'll just explain what I mean by that. So, by exploitation, I mean using them in a way that goes against their interests, so for our own selfish purposes.
It's unfortunate but necessary.
Okay. Unfortunate. Yeah, so again, when I say exploitation, I mean for our own selfish purposes. So, not in a way. So, if it was necessary, it wouldn't come under the definition of exploitation, if that makes sense.
So necessary would be a judgment call, though. What is and what's not necessary.
Okay, so what? So I would say something is necessary if your life depends on it. What would you say?
I'm thinking,
Okay, that's okay.
yes, I would agree.
Okay. Okay, so how do you feel about animal exploitation then? So using them for our own selfish purposes. So for against their interests for our own selfish purposes, nothing to do with survival or anything like that.
So give me an example.
So using them for their flesh, their skin, fur, feathers, entertainment, for testing, for labor.
So I would say that it is not necessarily a good thing, but it's completely unavoidable.
Not a good thing, but how do you mean unavoidable?
So you're a vegan, right?
Correct.
Okay. So what does that mean? Give me the definition.
So, veganism is the ethical principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals.
Okay. I And is that a possible goal?
Yes. So we can all live in a way where we avoid animal exploitation.
And in your mind, how does one do that?
So we avoid making purchasing choices or supporting industries that exploit animals.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that in order to do that, there's really only one way you can truly live that principle. And most vegans I know do not live that principle.
Okay, and what would that way be?
So really, like I'm not a vegan, and I've tried it for health reasons only. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided by my judgment that it was way too inconvenient to give up uh, animal protein.
Okay.
Now, in my so in order for me not to, my level of non exploitation would be that the animals that I consume, if I can consume animals that are humanely treated and dispatched, then that is my level of um, trying to do my best not to exploit animals. Most vegans that I know do eat commercially farmed vegetables.
Yeah,
And
sure, but
can I finish?
there's no sorry, I was just but there wouldn't be any animal exploitation involved in the consumption of plants, right?
I would disagree. I've been on a farm before, and I see what happens when you till a field to prepare to plant those vegetables. And what happens
Okay.
is when you till a field, every mouse, every worm, every insect, every mole rat, every gopher, they are
I see.
all
Okay. Yeah,
now.
I see where you're
I thought
going with that. Sorry, hang on, not Jay. I see where you're going with that. First of all, there is no exploitation involved because, as I've already said the definition of exploitation would be using them in a way that goes against their interests. So, the animals in the fields, they're free, right? They're not being exploited. They're not being enslaved, essentially. And yeah, so there is no exploitation involved. And also, we can actually minimize those casualties by going vegan because the most amount of crops are grown for non-vegans, not vegans.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, there's two logical fallacies that you've made there. One being an appeal to hypocrisy, and then the other being an appeal to futility. So yeah, obviously an appeal to hypocrisy. You're saying, oh, but vegans do this. Even if that were the case, that vegans were exploiting animals, it wouldn't justify animal exploitation.
Well, hold
And
on a second.
then, and
Hold
wait,
on a second.
I'm not
Yeah,
finished
but
just
you
yet.
interrupted
And
me
then,
when I was talking,
yeah, I
and you
had
went.
to because it's my live and I know where you were going with it. And then the other one is the appeal to futility, which is essentially saying because we can't live in a perfect world and there'll always be casualties, I'm justified to exploit as many animals as I like. So yeah, there's two
Not what
logical
I was saying at
fallacies that
all.
you've committed.
No, that's
Well,
not what I was
that's
saying at all.
okay. So why bring up
Not where I
the
was
crop
going with
deaths
it.
then?
Okay.
So why bring
So
up the crop deaths?
you're saying that animals that are in the fields that are about to be tilled, that they're free, and somehow
Hmm.
that makes it okay for them to be dispatched.
No, no, I don't think it is okay. I think that we should strive to make improvements and minimize the amount of animals who are casualties in those situations. I think that we shouldn't use poison, and I think that yeah, we should consider those animals as well. So,
So
but
I
tell
believe
me,
there's yeah. So
but the
I
thing
was
is,
going with this, where I was going
yeah,
with this, and
yeah,
where you made the mistake is that I believe that if I was a vegan, in order to
mm-hmm,
fully live that principle, that the most effective and easiest thing to do would be to abandon society and go live in the woods and forage all of my vegetables. And in that way, I can immediately eliminate all crop dispatching of animals. And that if you went and lived in the forest you could do that. Now, people don't do that because they consider that to be a step too far as a judgment call, just as I feel it's a step too far not to consume protein from animals.
Not Jay, right? So I'm having trouble enough convincing you to go vegan in modern society, and you're saying that I should tell people that in order to be vegan, don't go and conveniently get your food from the supermarket. Go and live out in the forest. Do you really think that's appealing? Do you really think that people are gonna go for that? You're saying either go and live in the forest or just exploit as many animals as you can. I'm saying
No,
let's live. I'm I'm saying
I'm
my
saying that
proposal
it's
is let's
hypocritical.
live our current lifestyle as we are now and avoid exploiting animals.
I'm
You don't have
saying
to give up
that.
your house or your car or
So
your job. You
here's
just simply
here's the
have
thing.
to switch the
Here's
products that you're buying, the futile products, and
You're
choose
here
the
for a
non-animal based
conversation.
products.
You're here for a
Yeah, correct.
conversation. Let me explain further. Okay. When I
Yeah.
was vegan, it was very
Oh no no no
inconvenient
no
for
no no
me.
no no. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. You said you adopted a plant-based diet. That's not veganism. So veganism,
Oh,
we've already
fair
defined
enough.
this as the principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals. It was just a plant-based diet that you adopted. So when you
That's
were on
fair.
a
That's
plant-based
fair.
diet,
When I was
mm-hmm,
on a plant-based diet, I had
yeah,
to go get brewer's yeast. I had to eat certain plant-based proteins in a certain order, also with pickled vegetables so that I could properly get all the nutrients out of them. I had to be very, very careful. I had to have a whole new cooking process. I had to take supplements. It was very inconvenient for me by my judgment. Now, it's not inconvenient for you, okay? But if you fully lived by the principle that you are saying that you live by, the only way to absolutely 100%, well, not 100%, but the only way that you can truly minimize all the dispatching of animals would be to leave your house,
that's not
go,
veganism.
hold on, leave your house, live in the forest, forage for the vegetables. But you've judged it to be too inconvenient for you to do that. Therefore, that
But
justifies you exploiting
not
animals and
Jay.
poor little
No,
mole
no,
rats
that's
in
not
the
my
field.
argument. You're misrepresenting my argument. My argument is that we shouldn't. My argument is that we shouldn't try and not dispatch 100% of all animals. It's going to happen. My argument is that we should avoid exploiting them. You're getting confused between the two. Yeah,
It's not
sure,
exploiting.
we can think of
It's not
ways to
exploiting
live in a
animals.
way that what's no animal exploitation, like I've already said, is using them in a way that goes against their interests. It's essentially turning them into a commodity or into an object or into a product. We Veganism is
So
about
hold on a second.
viewing them as individuals,
I've got to
not as
understand this.
commodities.
I've got to
Yeah.
understand this. So
Mm-hmm.
raising chickens for food, where chickens are dispatched, and raising broccoli for food, where animals are dispatched. Where's your distinction there? Animals are still dispatched.
Yeah, so when you're raising chickens to consume them, you're you're literally raising them for their body to profit from their body. You're doing it against their interests. You'll get just because there's casualties in farming of broccoli, yeah, doesn't mean that you're doing it with intent. Like surely you
So
can
is
understand
there,
that.
hold on a second, hold on. Is there intent to evict a mouse from its home in the field and in doing so dispatch it? Is there intent there? You know that
Right, let's
anytime you
say
till a field, animals are going to die. The
yes,
unalive.
and like I've already said, not Jay, we can minimize the amount of animals who are unalived for crop deaths by going vegan. So
So
it's
I
yeah.
could share your
So
value if
so
I only ate
you're
once a day because I'm
if
reducing,
you only
right?
ate No,
If I only ate meat
no,
once a
no,
day,
no.
I
We're
would
talking
be
about
living the vegan values.
No, no, because again,
Okay.
there's no exploitation in crop deaths, and also, um, yeah,
But
we're
you're
talking about minimizing, not reducing.
okay. Let me ask
But
you this.
yeah,
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What minimizes more? Uh, Stopping to eat animal protein and the animals only get dispatched in a field, or foraging for your vegetables and even less animals are dispatched in foraging. Which is better?
that's yeah, we're talking about animal exploitation. So yeah, I just want to keep it on topic. I
Yeah,
also
but
want
you're
to
you're
mention the
looking at
fact
you're
that you spoke about how inconvenient it was for you to consume a
hmm
plant-based diet, but you expect people to want to give up their homes and go and live in the forest.
no,
Like,
no,
yeah,
no. I'm saying it's
that
hypocritical if you don't. I'm not saying you should
no.
do that. I'm saying it's hypocritical. I'm saying that
Yeah, so
in order for me to eat the way that
what's
I want to eat, animals are
not
dispatched. In
Jay?
order for you to eat the way you want to eat,
Yeah,
animals are
again, not the
dispatched.
topic. Not the topic. Can I just ask you, not Jay, what's veganism? I just want to see if you
You
were
already
following here.
defined it. You already defined it
Yeah.
as the
What
unnecessary
tell re-
exploitation of animals.
perfect. Okay. I just wanted to check that because you seem to be again getting confused between um like causing absolutely no death and exploiting animals. But yeah, should we strive to maximize or minimize the amount of animal casualties
Yes,
in
and I
your
don't know why
opinion?
you're not going to a foraging diet in order to do that.
Okay. Oh, that's a deflection. So what about again
No.
an appeal to hypocrisy? We're talking about so let's talk about your actions. So you're currently consuming animal products, right?
How is that
You're
convenient? Let's talk about me instead of my own actions. When your own
yeah, but
actions
you're
directly,
trying to deflect, right?
I'm
Let's
not.
say
I'm not
even if
saying my actions.
you
I'm
are,
not saying
let's
my
say
actions
even
don't directly.
not Jay, let's
Yeah.
say even if I was being hypocritical, right? My
Yeah.
actions cause way less harm than yours, and you want to point at mine saying your actions should be better when yours are way far worse, even if it was about casualties. You're just trying to
So
deflect rather than
let's
take
translate.
accountability. So
So let's
therefore,
let's
if you don't want to take
translate this.
accountability, I'm not interested in having a conversation with you. I'm here for honest
So let's.
conversations. So
This
I'm
is
gonna
an honest
ask if Axel
conversation.
or David would like to ask a question.
I have. Hold on a second. One last comment on what you said. So what you're saying is, let's translate this if it was human exploitation. You're saying that because you only dispatch 7 people, as I opposed to me dispatching 14, that somehow
No, it's
No,
more
not
it's
even
not about
close.
again, it's not about
Yeah.
dispatching. It's about exploiting.
Oh, all right. Let
Yeah.
me then ask you one last question, the host,
Well,
Jem.
I think
Hold
we're
on. Let
going
me
in
ask Jem
circles
one
here.
last. Let me
We're
ask her
going in
one last
circles.
question. Let me ask her
I
one last
agree.
question. Could you avoid dispatching more animals?
No.
Could you avoid dispatching animals to a greater extent if you switch to a foraging diet?
Um
I don't see
Oh,
what that has to do with
here.
anything. Can I just ask a question? You went on to talk about this meme that was on the Joe Rogan show with this guy who came on who talked about moles and bowls and all these things, right?
Who?
So you mentioned you've been on a farm. Which farm was that?
My aunt Pat
Yeah.
had an orchard in New England.
Okay.
He also grew vegetables there, and then my
Okay.
mother's grandma Moo. They called her Grandma Moo. It's a funny
And
name.
so there
Yeah,
was
she
all
had
these
it.
animal deaths, like all like it was brutal. All these animal deaths.
When they tilled fields, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Which animals?
Anything that happened to be there.
Can you provide evidence of that? Because listen, I worked in agriculture for a very long time, okay? I've been on many farms and animals instinctively know to move away from these places, right?
What do you think? A worm hears the tractor coming?
Oh, here we go.
Like,
So
get out of the
again,
way.
you're thinking that veganism is perfectionism, right?
You think that? No,
You're
I'm saying
laughing at
you could
yourself,
go
buddy.
further.
You're laughing at yourself.
I'm saying you could go further.
Yeah.
There's a
And
way
so
that you could
so
stop
again,
innocent
Yeah,
worms and
and so
mold.
could you.
the argument that you have
Well, I'm not saying I'm any better than you.
again, if you actually cared about the animals, the argument that you have is fighting for veganism, because you're claiming that vegans till the field and all these animals die, which I'd argue against, and it's like way less. So we're breeding 92 billion land animals into existence. We're feeding them, right? Maybe it's probably like 100 billion, right? So you're feeding them. How many animals and crop deaths are there because of that, right? So you're filtering that through them, and then you're also killing all the unaliving all the animals from that. So it's not even on the same galaxy.
I'm not saying I'm better. I'm not saying that I'm better. I'm just saying vegans are hypocrites.
No, we're not perfect, right? We're inheriting the system that you want to continue on doing, right? We're inheriting that system, right?
Yeah.
You don't want that system. Why don't you ask what system would we prefer, like veganic farming or precision fermentation or vertical farming? Those are the choices that we would rather have than spraying shit in the fields all over the fields because it's a co-product of these cows and killing all the land and spraying pesticides everywhere, right? We don't want that system. So I don't understand what your argument is here. So veganism isn't perfectionism. We never claimed it was, right?
You're purposely
You're telling us that we should move out to the freaking fields and forage. What the hell is that all about?
Could I actually?
The best way
Yeah, go
that
ahead,
you could
Axel.
minimize
Sorry,
animal deaths.
Um,
You could do
so
it tomorrow.
so I actually wanted to talk about this whole forest theory that you have planned out. So when somebody goes to live out in the forest, what is your ideal method of how they live without actually causing dispatch to these animals? Like what's this idea that you got cooking? Because if everyone started going living out in the forest, we would kill more animals. We would dispatch more animals than what we're doing right now. Because we've already established a society, so we dispatched we already established society, so we dispatched all those animals that have been dispatched to establish society, and then we would all be leaving that society that has caused that dispatch.
I'm not saying we all should do that. I'm saying those of us who profess the vegan principles.
Let's hypothetically, let's say we all go vegan, right? We all go vegan, so we all have to live by.
There'd have to be major changes to society to do that. There'd have to be population reduction because it'd be unsustainable for the amount of people right now to be able to do that.
Not even close.
There would have to be a complete halt in any new construction. As a matter of fact, we would have to
provide evidence for that.
You want me to provide evidence for the simple fact that there is not enough food in a forest?
Do you know more than Oxford? Do you know more than Oxford?
Oh, okay. Can you provide evidence to the contrary?
Yeah, absolutely. I can. ourworldindata.org. It talks about land use. 80% of the current land use is used to farm animals. If we switch to a plant-based food system, we could reduce that by like 75%. Of course, we're feeding 92 billion land animals. You don't think we can feed 8 billion humans?
So please show me the proof.
Yeah, I just gave you the evidence right there. If you want to search it up.
You could reclaim a certain amount of land, but you didn't prove to me that you could use that land.
Oxford.
You're saying there's a study that said, well, if we
no, it's not a study. It's
to its natural state, that there'd be enough food to forage. That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, no. So Oxford has provided evidence.
Yes.
And I will send you that evidence to support my claim, okay?
Where's the evidence where if all the land dedicated to animal feed were to go back to its natural state, that there'd be enough food there for everybody on this planet right now to be able to forage for their food.
Why would we forage for food though?
Because it results in less animal death. The
Okay.
horrible exploitation of
Sorry, I interrupted.
Okay,
Go ahead,
well,
so-
yeah, no, again, so this is kind of what I was talking about.
Hey,
How
hey,
is this
I
gonna-
got to say something before I continue.
Go
You
ahead.
all seem like extremely nice people, and I don't want to get mean, and I'm starting to get a little mean. So, mea culpa, I take it back. Like, I was talking to you in the wrong tone. You guys seem like perfectly lovely people. I don't want to do that. So, let's go back. Let's go. I'm going to dial it back a minute. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to dial my tone back. I don't want to sound like a smart ass. You guys seem very, very nice.
Okay. But I was curious. So again, we would have to hypothetically think that everyone does this, right? Because when we establish that we should ought to do something, we have to hypothetically establish that to everyone. Like thou shalt not kill. We have to establish that on the premise that everybody should not kill.
You're very much misunderstanding me, though. I'm not saying everybody should do this. I'm saying anybody who holds these values is a hypocrite if they do not return to a foraging lifestyle. That is my only claim. My only claim and my only premise.
Okay. My claim is that if every person to hold this value were to go live in the wild, they would cause more harm. They would have to deforest to an extent to build shelters. They would have to, establish a farm crop to some degree because there's weather that is going to affect some level of crop growth. They would have to find some way to keep the ground fertile. So this whole establishment would mean that everyone would have to participate in their own mini agriculture, which would cause more
Axel,
harm.
I
Go
would
ahead.
suggest to you that for longer than we've been farming, people live in the woods foraging for their food.
And caused more harm.
And it's quite possible that it's quite possible because they did it for, depending on what your views are, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. They were
Right.
able to do it. Now, what I'm suggesting to you is would there have to be, in order for that to happen, would there have to be population reduction? Absolutely. People immediately have to stop having kids. Would the areas now that are populated and paved over, would those have to be returned to a natural state? Absolutely. So, but that's not what I'm advocating for. My only premise is that anybody who says exploiting animals is bad, it needs to include raising of chickens, raising of cattle, but also the raising of vegetables, which harm those poor little mole crickets and those.
We can't expect you to think that you care about other animals if you're eating animals, buddy. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
you
judgment
said that
call.
animal exploitation is bad. You said
Yeah.
that.
I'm saying to you that I've had to learn to live with it. And I'm suggesting that you've learned to live by eating commercially farmed vegetables. You've learned to live with it too. So you're no better than me, except that I do
And
not.
so
Yeah,
do you think advocating for sorry, Jim. Do you think advocating
No, go
for
ahead.
what you're currently doing, right? Calling people hypocrites for moving towards
I didn't call
veganism
you
when
hypocrite.
vegan.
I said it was
Hold on.
hypocritical.
Right.
I never
Okay.
called you a bad man.
Okay. Either or saying that we should be all going vegan, and while we are all going vegan, we should be advocating for vertical farming, veganic farming, stuff like that, to where no exploitation and harm to animals, or like very limited harm to animals, is happening. Like the only harm to the worms and stuff like that would be the establishment of the vertical greenhouses that would be established, and then after that, no more. Uh, Humans would be the ones who were pollinating through various forms like fountain pollination, backpack spray pollination, uh, and we would be using different forms of fertilization. You would have to establish different levels of crop because of altitude and change and everything. But eventually, we might even get to the point to where we can figure out how to make altitude not matter as much for crops in vertical farms, like with pressurization, humidity, stuff like that. Wouldn't you say that that's the best alternative at this point?
So I would say that if you wanted to advocate for more people to be truly vegan by foraging for their vegetables, you would not worry about all this
That's
vertical
not what the
farming stuff.
question was.
That's
Sorry.
Mm.
I
Wait,
have
I'm
to.
sorry. What was that was a very that was like a 5-minute question. Sum it up for me, Axel.
Okay. What do you say moving towards a veganic farming aspect to where harm is the most limited that we can possibly grant? Um, and we all live vegan. What do you say that that's the best alternative?
As an alternative to what?
What you're currently doing, or even what you're suggesting. I would say out of the three options that we have, the one that I suggest is the best alternative. What do you think?
If my goal, so first of all, I'll answer that, but why is dispatching an animal bad?
Okay. Why is dispatching a human bad?
Well, I can only answer that by saying that I believe that we are a higher, more intelligent life form. I believe we have a soul.
Okay.
I believe that humans are in a different category than animals.
Are animals closer to a table or a human?
Closer to a human
Okay, why?
because they are living organisms.
Living organisms. So are they closer to a plant then, or are they closer to a human?
Closer to a human.
Okay, why?
Because they are of the animal category.
Okay.
As humans are.
Yeah, sure. What significance does that bring that actually makes them closer? What does animals have that plants don't have? What do human animals have and non-human animals have that plants don't have?
Gee, I don't know. I can tell you that humans have self-awareness.
Okay. So, what I would say the most significant difference that non-human animals and human animals have is sentience, being the ability to have a subjective experience. If I step on a plant, they're responding to stimuli like a computer or like a smartphone. Where else, uh, if I step on a dog's tail, they have a sentient response. Depending on their mood, depending on the individual, they may bite me, they may yelp, they might roll over and cry, they may run away, they may just not be much bothered by it. It all depends on the individual. Some individuals might have a higher sense of smell than others, just like humans. So those subjective experiences is what sets us apart from plants.
So I've
So
got a
that
question for you,
Mhm.
just for clarification. So sentience means that okay. So you're saying that if something is sentient, then it would be wrong to dispatch that said thing.
Correct.
So then, if there was a person in a if there was a human in a persistent vegetative state, then it would be
That
okay to murder them?
that that
Schmurder?
is uh that would be still a sentient individual from what
How,
science
how so?
from
They
what
don't react to anything except in maybe the brainstem
yeah,
sensory
that's
organ.
the brain stem is still a processing, like it's still processing, like the brain is still processing. And if the brain is still processing the nervous system, that is still sentience. They still have a potential to feel pain. And it would also be heavily dependent on how that sentient individual, before they went into that vegetative state, um, signed off on how they wanted to be treated.
Huh. Okay. So by that rationale, are you also pro-life, anti-abortion?
Uh,
This is going off topic
Can I
now.
ask a question? Because
I'm just trying to
not
understand the
Jay, yeah,
sentience.
not Jay.
Sentient.
Let's sure, sure.
Hold on a
So
second. I gotta understand the
All
sentience
things being
first.
equal in the world, sure. So all things being equal in the world, that
Hold
means
on, Axel
absolutely the
hasn't
crop
answered
deaths
the
being the
question. I'm
same,
trying to
the same
understand.
amount of people are killed, everything happens at the same time. Do you still think? But in this particular world that I'm suggesting, animals are no longer exploited and killed. Do you think we should still aim for the world where animals are no longer exploited? The same, but just animals are no longer exploited and unalive. Should we still aim for this world?
100%?
W- Is
100%
that a
not
yes?
exploited? No, 100% not
Yeah, they're not
exploited?
exploited.
That's the
Well,
idea.
let's put it this way. Let's put it this way: 80 billion animals would no longer be exploited. That's around 95% of the animals.
So that's a judgment call by you. You're okay with
No, not
90.
Jay. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, not Jay. If 95% of the animals would no longer be exploited, should we?
I'm trying to understand the question.
Okay, so imagine if right now there are 1 trillion animals that are exploited to death, okay? And if we had the option to press a button and make 95% of those animals no longer exploited, should we?
That's a good question. I would say that if you put it to humans, let me think about this for a second.
How do you have to think about this question? You're talking about how many animals that would have to go through being exploited.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a
Yeah.
moral difference between if we could do it to if we could, instead of 9, only 2, if there's a really moral difference there.
Okay. Okay, so I'll ask you this way: if you could stop 95% of all injustices happening today, you think we shouldn't stop them?
I don't think the question is fair. I don't think we're talking about 2 different things. This is a very specific thing, and you're saying
Yeah, this guy's just dodging
all
everything. It's
Yeah,
very
you
clear. He
can't.
know.
Yeah,
It's pretty clear. So I'm just curious. Yeah, like, are you here for a gotcha?
only-
Because
my
you see,
only
when we
premise-
form actual questions that would actually get you to understand and engage in the argument,
well, my only
you put
premise
yourself
was
in a corner.
my only premise was
Don't do that, man, because we're here to fight against 95% of the injustices.
and I'm
Hard
saying that
defending,
you
okay.
have a way, and I'm saying that you personally have a way to make it 100 closer to 100%.
right. I'm dropping that guy. I'm gonna move on, guys, because he's been here for a while and he seems to be dodging questions. Yeah, he seems a bit disingenuous, like doesn't want to look at his own actions, just wants to point the finger back. And yeah, it kind of seems he's here for a gotcha, really. So yeah, let's just move on from him. I've got some other vegans in the guest request, but I guess yeah, I was saying earlier, should I limit the panel to like 2 or 3 people, because I've got like I think 2 other vegans here. Oh wait, what? Oh, 3. Yeah, I won't accept any other vegans at the moment unless
I'll,
anyone wants to drop
I'll,
out.
I'll drop. I just wanted to ask that question because
Okay.
that you're
Also,
just going with that whole. It's not perfect. It's not 100%. So yeah.
yeah, appeal to futility. Also, I need to say thank you to Carl G, who's kindly donated £10 on YouTube. Really appreciate that, Carl. Yeah, any donations just go towards my work for the animals. So yeah, it's much appreciated. So let's carry on. Yeah, I'm skipping out of the vegans at the moment.
Hello.
Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 21.
21, perfect. What can I call you?
You can call me Evan.
Evan.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Evan, how do you feel about animals?
I mean, they're cool. I have dogs and cats.
Okay.
I like animals.
And how do you feel about animal exploitation? So let me just explain what I mean by that. So I mean using animals in a way that goes against their interests, so for our own selfish purposes.
For our own selfish purposes, I'm against it.
Against. Okay. So would you agree that we should respect other animals?
Should sorry, can you say that? I didn't hear you.
So would you agree that we should respect other animals?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think that it's truly possible to respect them if we are exploiting them for their flesh, fur, feathers, eggs, breast milk, or using them for any other purpose?
No, but how do we exploit them for eggs specifically? How is that
So,
exploited?
yeah, so we're using them in a way that goes against their interests. So, for example, in the egg industry, what would happen is we breed these chickens into existence to be basically egg slaves. So we breed their bodies to suit what we want from them, which means that we've selectively bred them to lay 300 eggs every single year. Whereas, sorry, there's a echo. Whereas in the wild, they would only naturally lay between 12 to 15 eggs every year. So we're utilizing them as our own like commodity or profit, and then we take what's theirs, we take away their eggs, and we continue breeding them for their eggs. So that is exploitation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. So what's your understanding of veganism?
You don't eat meat.
So that would be like a vegetarian. So veganism is the ethical principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals. So it's kind of not viewing them as a resource or as a commodity. You view them as individuals worthy of respect. So based on the fact that you're against animal exploitation, you feel that we should respect animals and we can't respect them whilst we are exploiting them. Do you feel that there's anything preventing you from being vegan and living in alignment with your morals?
So from living vegan, does that mean like eating no? I'm sorry. I know you explained it to me. It's the ethical. You don't
Yeah.
want to exploit
Okay.
animals, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
does that mean no more meat for me if I was to be a vegan?
Yes, because you wouldn't be exploiting them for their body parts, for their flesh. So you wouldn't be using them, you'd be respecting them as individuals and not paying industries to exploit them and to use them as commodities for their body parts.
Well, I mean, I can say, right? I love animals. I've been around animals my entire life, right? I hunt and I fish. I respect animals, and yet I still do that. Is
Right.
that still in line
So
with your?
do you think that the animals feel respected when they're being fished or hunted?
I
Because
mean,
you can say that you respect them, but it's about them at the end of the day, right? So if somebody was hunting you, would you feel respected?
no.
Okay. So then how could it possibly be respectful to do that to other animals?
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Well, it's a genuine question. How do, how could that be respectful to literally deny them of their existence when we don't need to?
Don't need to is.
You
I
think you
live
need
in
to
Florida,
hunt or fish?
right?
Okay.
Absolutely. Deer here are considered pest animals, right? They are
So
hunted for that reason.
they're considered, sorry, pest animals. Why?
They destroy crops. They get in roads. Population controls every few years. You know,
Right.
the
So by that,
population spikes out of control because
yeah,
we, as humans, have taken away all of their natural predators, especially in the south. You know,
right, okay. So by that logic, would you not say that human beings are pests, considering that we're the most overpopulated species and we destroy everything? Like we've literally destroyed most natural habitats. We've destroyed forestland, woodland. We've literally ruined everything. So would you advocate then for doing the same to humans that you do to the deer? Because there are ways of controlling populations without, you know, taking lives, right?
so what would a few of those be?
So we could, so I mean, I'm not an expert on the topic, but it would be contraception. Um, so yeah, so they no longer breed, but I mean, you don't really control a population by unaliving them because how how it works is that they'll continue to breed depending on the amount of land and resources they have. So if you go and unalive animals because they're overpopulated, they'll just breed more to make up for the animals who have been unalived. So it's kind of a bit of a smokescreen, really. Hunting is used as an excuse to basically do that for enjoyment rather than to actually solve a problem. Because if it did solve a problem, then why does the problem still exist? Like, surely there are enough people now that, you know, if there was an overpopulation of deers, it would be resolved by now, right? But it's a continuous problem because they breed to make up for it. So, yeah, it's not really solving anything. Um, but yeah, do you feel, because you've said, I know that you've said that we should respect other animals, and do you think that it's, you said that it's not truly respectful to exploit them, right? So do you feel there's anything preventing you from going vegan and living in alignment with your morals?
Not really.
No. Okay. Do you know the number one benefit of going vegan?
No.
So the number one benefit for you is that you'll, when you say you're against animal exploitation, you won't be a hypocrite because you won't be contributing towards that. And obviously, the animals, they will no longer be exploited on your behalf. But I just want to ask, if you were in their situation, you were being exploited for your body parts, how urgently would you want your injustice to end?
Pretty urgently, I
Urgently.
suppose. That
Okay.
would suck.
Sure. So, how many more animals should be exploited on your behalf from now, do you think?
On my behalf, hopefully not many.
Should it be 0 or more than 0?
Hopefully 0.
0. Yeah, when I say should be, I mean like ideally. So yeah, it should be 0, right? So vegan from now?
Yeah. I will certainly try.
Okay. Um, yeah. What I would you be open to watching a documentary? It's on this link here, so you can't see the end of it, but if you go onto my bio, you'll be able to click directly on it. There's a speech by Gary Yourofsky. It's called "The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear." Do you think you'd be able to give that a watch?
Yeah, I could do that.
You would. Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah, I'll leave it there then, because I think, yeah, in order to be really what's the word I'm looking for? In order to be invested to have the motivation to go vegan, you need to ideally watch something with footage on. There's also a documentary called Dominion as well, which I would recommend on there. But yeah, I just want to ask Axel or David if you want to add anything. But yeah, there are some other resources. I'll just mention as well, there's something called Challenge 22. So you go vegan for 22 days. Well, you go vegan, and then for 22 days you get like support and resources and things like that, like help to answer any questions or queries that you've got. But yeah, David or Axel, did you want to say anything or add anything?
Go ahead,
I'm
David. I
good.
got nothing. Okay. Yeah, I got.
I'm good. Thanks.
Okay. All right, perfect. So yeah, we're gonna move on, but yeah, if you do watch that, I am live every week, so yeah, you're welcome to come back up. I'd love to sort of hear what your thoughts were and yeah, what your position is.
Yeah, I got you. I'll give it a watch. I just wanted to say you're very pretty and you have a kind soul.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Right, so we're gonna move on.
Let's go.
Hey, Cozy Jin, are you
Hello.
over 18?
Yes, yeah, 23.
Perfect. So, how do you feel about animals?
I like them.
You like them?
That they're valuable.
Okay. How do you feel about animal exploitation? So, using animals in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes?
Well, I mean, I don't. I'm a bit against animal exploitation, but I don't think that eating animals is necessarily exploitative.
Okay, so if we're consuming animals, is that not using them in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes?
Well, I mean, I don't think the issue is with eating them. I think it's with unaliving them, right? Like,
Yeah.
who cares if you eat it if
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the issue is that by consuming them, you're creating the demand for another animal to be
Right.
exploited and unalived in their place. But obviously, the issue is the exploitation. Yeah, so
But the thing is,
I
you know,
guess
like so many animals eat other animals, and it seems like if you're eating those animals, you would be justified. It would be a justified unaliving, right?
what do you mean? Like if you were consuming the predators?
Like a fish, yeah. Like fish that eat other fish. Seems
Right.
like if a fish was going to eat a human, you would be okay with unaliving the fish.
Okay, so you're talking about a fish who doesn't have moral agency, right? So I
Right,
would
just
compare
like when
that
it's eating a
to,
human.
yeah, sure. And yeah, fair enough if you're protecting another individual from being attacked by someone else, right? But
Right,
that's not
right.
that's not why you're exploiting them, right? You're exploiting them for your own
Oh,
selfish purposes. It's not to protect other fish. That just kind of seems like
a bodyguard might not,
it
a
seems
bodyguard
okay.
might just be doing his job to get, a bodyguard might be just be doing his job to get paid. He might have to attack someone, but it doesn't really matter his intentions as long as the action itself is justified, right?
Can I ask? Sorry, I didn't listen to what you said. You can repeat it in a second. I just zoned out a sec. I just want to ask. So do you only eat predators, or like you don't
No, I
consume?
eat plants.
I mean, like in terms of animals, do you eat like cows, pigs,
Yeah,
chickens? Right.
just
Okay.
like bivalves and like pescatarian diet, pretty much.
But you do eat cows, pigs, and chickens.
No, no.
Okay. So you only eat fishes and bivalves.
Yes, fish, like some seafood other than fish, and vegan diet other than that.
I think I talked to this guy on my channel a couple of days ago. Uh,
Okay.
he's pretty disingenuous.
Okay.
Really?
Um.
Yeah.
That's
So can I
interesting.
just
Wow.
yeah? Can I just ask? So do you consume eggs and dairy?
No, no, I don't eat dairy products.
Okay. Yeah. So
Thank
and
you.
what fishes do you eat? Do you know like what kind of
Tuna,
fishes?
salmon, most like tuna and salmon.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a couple of issues I would say with that. The first one would be is that somebody coming up and saying that you only consume fishes for the benefit of other fishes. Yeah, it kind of seems like disingenuous to me. Like yeah, and
That's not what I'm saying.
what?
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
I
that
mean,
I'm not saying
no, no,
that's
no.
why I'm doing it. I'm saying that's what justifies it.
Right, okay, but these animals, they're not moral agents anyway. So
I
they're just doing
understand.
what they need to
Just
do
like if
to
they were
survive.
to, I understand, but they might be doing the same in the pursuit of their survival, attacking a human. A shark might try and attack a small child. Maybe you,
Might.
Yeah, so
right? And in the
therefore,
case that, in the case,
so should
go
we
ahead.
unalive and eat all sharks because some of them might attack another human? Like I just don't understand
Only
your
if it's,
logic.
only if it's, only if it's sufficiently likely. Just apply the same treatment you would to a human. That if there's a
Yeah,
point in which they were sufficiently likely to unalive somebody else, it becomes appropriate to take lethal
okay.
action
So
against them.
this is what I don't get, right? So you're saying that these fishes unalive other fishes, which is bad. So therefore, I'm going to do the thing that's bad because I don't want them to do the thing that's
No, no,
bad.
no, 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 no.
Like,
It's not bad. I don't think that it's
so
bad,
how
and
it
you
so
wouldn't
how is
consider
it
it, and you,
so how are you using it as a justification then?
because it's reducing rights violations. The same way you would be okay with it if it were happening to humans.
Yeah, so you're gonna need to prove that because I would say that it's not reducing rights violations at all because other animals in nature, they don't breed, they don't farm, they don't mutilate, they don't unalive. I mean, some do in pretty brutal ways, I guess, but in terms of everything that we do to them, I say that there's much less rights violations. They're not separated from their family members. They're not forcibly impregnated, and I would say that we don't need
Well,
to.
I don't think we should do those things. I'm not
Right,
contributing to
okay,
those
but
things.
so you don't buy fishes from the store?
I don't buy fishes from the store that are farmed.
So
I
where
just
do you
buy
get
wild
these
caught fish.
fishes from? Wild caught
You can
fish?
get fish anywhere. They sell wild caught fish on Amazon, at Walmart. Most, like half the fish you buy is wild caught, and it says it on the
Yeah, no,
package.
fishes are factory farms, and the plural of fish can be fishes. I tend to use it because it kind of highlights the fact that all of them are individuals. But yeah, I mean, I
So
want to move
what's
on.
the issue?
Yeah, I've already explained it. I mean, I've already said that I don't think
You just said
that.
they aren't moral agents. You really think I haven't addressed what you said?
No,
Yeah,
you're just a waste of time, bro.
I don't know why you're so
yeah,
hostile.
Oh, who's hostile?
You. I mean, look, I've laid it out very clearly. If the same thing
Oh,
were
that's
happening to
nice.
humans,
Yeah.
if the same thing were happening to humans, you
Don't
automatically
drive cars,
become okay
guys. We
with
just
it.
don't stop driving cars, everyone. Please.
yeah. I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna move
so
on.
Jim,
I just,
okay,
yeah,
just
I don't know why the guy's saying that he's justified to consume certain fishes because they are doing something bad. He's using what they're
Yeah,
doing as a justification to do the exact same thing. Like what? It
yeah.
makes no sense.
So so I'll just
Yeah, I will
steel
kick.
man his argument. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to say, kick you and you respond. Yeah, I will because it's my live and I want to wrap up everything that you just said. So, sorry, Axel, go ahead.
Um yeah, so his argument when he was on my channel was that since some animals eat phytoplankton that aren't sentient, um, and all this scenario, the fact that tuna will eat the fish that eats the phytoplankton, they are causing like rights violations, and so therefore it is okay to eat the tuna, salmon, etc., etc. Um, neglecting the fact that like that's how the ecosystem, if like there wasn't predator fish in the ocean that killed, like this whole system would collapse, that would actually wipe out the entire world. So like it would like destroy the world because like 90% of fish or sea creatures in the ocean are actual predators that would attack you know other predators and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's
good point.
basically it.
Yeah, no, that's good points there. So, but yeah, let's carry on. Hey, Rosella, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Okay,
Rosella
perfect.
is his girlfriend. She's gonna do the same thing.
They're the same
Girlfriend.
people.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I
It's the
was just
same
curious about your
person.
well-view host.
No. Get rid of
Let's
her.
carry on
Yeah.
then.
Comes on with a second account and gave that guy 100 coins. That's so funny.
Hey,
Hello?
Nuka World, are you over 18?
Yes.
When's your date of birth?
May 2000.
May 2000, okay. How do you feel about animals?
I do like dogs.
Okay, how about animals in general? So, other animals as well.
Don't really have any other animals.
Yeah, but how do you feel about them?
I mean, they're kind of just there, aren't they? So don't really care.
Okay. Can I call you Nuka, by the way?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. How do you feel about animal exploitation? So using animals in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes.
I mean, it supplies loads of people with jobs, doesn't it?
Okay,
The
but
meat
how do you
industry.
feel about animal exploitation?
I mean, like, I get it's bad and all, but like, it's been
Bad.
happening for millions of years.
Yeah, so Nuka, it's not really good logic because human slavery also supplied people with lots of jobs and happened for a million years. That doesn't make human slavery moral, right?
Slavery did not happen
So
for millions
those
of years.
it happened for a very long time. The point is that longevity doesn't have anything to do with morality. That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
And yeah, it has happened for a million years. People are still being enslaved to this day.
Yeah, but the difference is between enslaving a human and enslaving an animal. With a human, they can actually speak to you and say what they feel comfortable with. But like with an
Not
animal,
all
I can't really
humans.
say. Like,
So what
yeah, I guess
about
it's like
humans
some.
who are mute? Would we be then justified to exploit them?
I mean, no, because they could be like Stephen Hawking, can't they? They can just go on their computer and go, I don't like it.
No, not necessarily. So some humans might not have the capacity to communicate in any way.
I guess that.
Does that mean that we'd
Why would
be justified to exploit them?
I mean, no, because they'll probably be in like a care home or something.
So, what's the relevance of that?
I don't know. Like, difference between a human and a cat is a lot different.
Yeah, I'm interested in the morally relevant one. But Nuka, do you feel that we should respect other animals?
I'll give you a follow-up question. What animal?
No, I'd appreciate if you answered my question first.
What was it again?
Do you feel that we should respect other animals?
Well, some animals, yes.
Which ones?
Like house pets, like dogs, cats, some birds,
Okay.
stuff like that.
But dogs
Because,
can't
like,
communicate. You know, they can't
yeah, but a
talk.
dog. Yeah, but dogs have done a lot more for us than cows have.
Do you think that somebody's moral value should be determined by what they do for us?
Yes. Like, I
Okay.
can get it if a cow actually helped us do something, like, I don't know, a cow saved a person's life or something like that, then I say, yeah, maybe then. But like, all cows do is go moo. And that's about it.
Have you ever saved a person's life?
Yes, actually,
What have you done that's so valuable that means that you don't deserve to be exploited, but everyone else, all the other species do, apart from dogs, obviously.
My friend was having a severe allergic reaction, and I helped her out.
Okay.
She could have died.
And before that happened, would it have then been justified to exploit you then because you'd never done anything useful, like save someone's
I've
life?
I've done a lot of useful things in my life, mate.
Okay. So you think that we should? So you think we should respect some animals but not others? Is that your position?
I mean, yeah, because like a dog can help a lot of people out in many ways, and like cows, pigs don't really do much. Like my nanny, she had chickens, so I don't eat chicken because like they give me eggs, and the eggs were nice, so they lived. But like
Yeah.
when they died.
What about dogs who don't do anything useful? So dogs who just like I mean, sorry?
Dogs can help a lot of people out. Emotional dogs like them guide dogs that help blind people. They do a lot. Loads
Yeah,
of them
what
dogs
about
help
like
people.
what about like street dogs who don't have a home? I mean, if we
Well,
start
they get
mass
eaten.
breeding them, yeah, if we start mass breeding them, those dogs who we're breeding don't do anything useful apart from they provide their flesh. So, I mean, that's a
I mean,
use that we could take from them.
some people eat dogs.
Yeah, but I'm asking about your morals. So, would you think that that would be justified? Because
Well, no.
it's useful.
Dog,
Sorry?
dogs don't taste nice. Dogs don't taste nice. They taste yucky.
How do you know that?
Because my friend, I've been to the land of China.
Okay, so lots of people do think that dogs do taste nice.
Well,
So
a bit weird.
yeah, huh?
Some people are a bit weird.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the difference between consuming a dog and consuming a pig? Like you say, it's weird to consume a dog. What's the morally relevant difference between eating a dog and eating a pig? Why is one weird and the other isn't?
Have you never
Is it
smelt
just
a
because
nice
it's not
bacon
nice?
sandwich? Have you never smelt a nice bacon sandwich on Sunday morning?
Yeah, see,
It smells
yeah,
nice, doesn't
so
it? It smells nice,
yeah,
doesn't it?
so I think you're being a bit silly. It doesn't seem like you're
Really?
being genuine. I'm gonna ask Axel or David if you want to ask anything, but
I
yeah,
was I was wondering, yeah, if there was a human that didn't like Nuka, like we don't know each other, and if something happened to you, it wouldn't bother me, right? Because I don't know you, right? So
Well, not me.
if there was a human that was like intellectually challenged and they couldn't say provide anything to the world in any way, shape, or form, would you then say it would be okay to exploit them?
I mean, you can't really exploit them because they can't really do anything, can they?
Well, that's what you're saying you're doing to other animals, right?
Well, unless people like eating
Like,
people, which people don't, then, well, they can't really
so
do
you'd be
it.
okay with it though. But if that was the case, if someone wanted to eat somebody because they didn't give them anything, any benefits, you'd be okay with another human eating
I mean,
them then, yeah?
there's a difference between eating a dog and eating a person. Like, I get eating a
Well,
dog.
what is the difference?
I get eating a dog still weird, but like, you're gonna get shot for eating a dog. You just,
No, not they. In some countries, they burn them alive, and they eat them, and
what?
they don't value them in some countries. In some places, they value pigs or they value cows. It's just arbitrary, right?
When you say burn thing, do you mean like disabled people?
Let's say intellectually challenged people. Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, you got to think. You just got that's their
Would you
beliefs.
be okay if it was like they were farmed maybe and put on a menu or something?
Or like we farm people.
Well, why? Or no? Like let's say we take all the disabled people or intellectually challenged people or just people that don't give you any value. Is it okay to eat them?
Well, guess it wouldn't taste great, so probably not.
But
I
let's
mean,
say we put some sauce on them and we made them, we marinated them and they tasted like bacon or something.
What sauce?
What your favorite sauce?
Don't really like sauce.
But you would say it's okay then, right?
No,
Why not?
because it's a person. Like dogs eat.
Or
All right. Let me just give you this. Why is it okay for a dog to
no,
eat?
but you didn't answer why. Why? Because like you're just begging the question, right? Because they're a person. Because they're a person. Because they're a person. Well, what is it about a human that's different from a non-human that justifies
Well,
treatment to one and not the other?
people do a lot more than animals.
No, but what if you can't? What if that person couldn't do a lot more?
Well, Stephen Hawking couldn't do a lot more, and look what he did for
No,
everyone.
what if that person couldn't specifically do a lot more though?
Well, they can still do something.
No, but what if they couldn't? That's the point. You're dodging the question.
Well, then you send them to somewhere like a mental hospital where they can learn.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, is it okay to eat them and exploit them?
Oh no,
Why?
I don't know what you're trying to put. Are you trying to like promote cannibalism or something like that? 'Cause
What do you mean? You're not giving me, like, you're completely dodging the question.
logic. It's just logic at the end of the day. Like,
What's the okay logic? What's the logic behind it? Explain. Don't just say
behind it
it's
is
logic. It's humans. What? Stop begging the question.
people are people. People should respect people. It's like if I met you in real life, I'd treat you the same as if you was like disabled, brain dead, anything. But like a pig can't really do anything. If a pig started attacking me and I ate it,
What if a pig could provide more value than a human? Then
well, then
we
that pig won't eat pigs, then will we?
you're missing the point and you're dodging completely.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Nuke is equipped for the
do you mean?
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
Could I? Okay.
Yeah, I would have allowed you, Axel, until he started going. It's just silly.
No. Once he did that, I was like, all right.
Yeah, it's just when people don't take the conversation seriously, like you can't. It's hard to have a conversation with them because they're not really thinking about the questions. They're just thinking, "What can I do that sounds silly or whatever."
Yeah.
Shane vibes. Hey Shane, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. So how do you feel about animals?
I eat animals. That's fine. I'm
Sorry?
not a vegetarian.
How do you feel
I eat
about
animals. But like, you can respect animals, but you still have to consume them. That's fine.
No, I'm asking how you feel about animals.
Being eaten.
No, in general.
I mean, animals are animals. That's how I think about them. I don't really think much
Okay.
about.
So you don't, no strong feelings about them. How do you feel about animal exploitation? So using them in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes.
I mean, there's the animal cruelty part is bad, but like, what do you mean exploitation? Like farms and stuff? That's what you mean by that?
Sorry, I didn't quite understand you. Could you repeat
Like
that,
the farm
please?
animals you're talking about? You're talking
I
about
mean,
farm
just
animals.
I
You can
mean,
keep
how
them
do
as
you?
farm animals?
I mean, how do you feel about animal exploitation? So that would include farmed animals, yeah, because they're being exploited for their flesh or for eggs or breast milk or their skin. I just mean, how do you feel about exploiting them? So using them in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes.
I don't think it's a selfish purpose. Like animals don't really
No,
have
no,
an
no,
interest.
no. I'm
They
asking
just have
you
an
how you
instinct.
feel about exploiting them for our own selfish purposes. I'm not giving you. Yeah, I'm asking if we were using them for our own selfish purposes, how would you feel about that?
Well, then that is not good.
Not good.
If it's
Okay.
like really bad, selfish, like that's not good. That's why animal exploitation is not. It's not a good thing.
Okay.
Animal cruelty is not a good thing.
Yeah. So would you agree that we should respect other animals?
Yes, if you kill an animal, you're supposed to respect them. Why you kill them? There's traditions for stuff like that. They didn't just kill. Some traditions don't kill animals just to kill animals.
Okay.
And some
Sorry,
cultures don't kill
Shane,
them just to
Shane,
kill
Shane,
them.
Shane. Sorry, can I just ask for TikTok, could you just say unalive instead of KILL
Oh yeah,
because
sorry about that. Yes.
okay. So do you think that we can truly respect other animals if we are exploiting them for their flesh, eggs, breast milk, or exploiting them for any other purpose, their skin,
So
entertainment?
it is a survival thing. It's not. It has nothing to do with exploitation. It's just a survival thing. It's just we're doing it
Okay.
in the mass scale because of population of human race. That's what the
Right.
issue is about.
So do you not believe that you could survive without exploiting other animals?
You wearing a cloak, aren't you not? You're wearing a cloak right now, right?
I'm wearing, yeah,
You-
my dressing gown.
Yeah. Some of those clothes are made of animal skins and stuff.
Well,
And
not the ones
animal
that I wear.
hair. Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
are you sure that everything you're wearing right now is made of?
no. it isn't. You do understand that there are lots of other materials that don't exploit animals, right?
Yes,
So,
I know that.
okay, so if we have the choice between buying, let's say this coat, as you call it, if we have a choice between buying this that doesn't exploit animals and buying one that does, which do you think would be the morally preferred option?
It's a good question. So, if there's a choice for that, you can choose to not to kill an animal. That's when the
Wait,
animal cruelty
sorry,
stuff comes
so
in.
what's
You can choose
the
not to. You can actually choose not to. I was
yeah,
like in here for the eating and stuff. That's the
yeah,
other guy
so
was talking about.
I'm asking what would be the morally preferred option to to buy the option that does exploit an animal or the one that doesn't?
You're probably the one that doesn't.
That doesn't. Okay. So would you apply that for other things like, for example, food? So let's say you've got a meal that doesn't exploit animals, that has all of the calories you need, it has all of the nutrients that you need, and then you've also got an option that does exploit animals. Which would be the morally preferable option in that instance?
I mean, for that one, food, because there's no way you're telling me right now that there's some food that comes from plants that doesn't that has it in animals and it also has it in plants because there's some nutrients you actually need from an animal.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's
which
not
ones?
really like a thing. Huh?
Which ones? Which
I don't know
nutrients
that
do
off
you
my
need?
head.
But you're making
I
the
don't know that off
claim,
my head.
so surely you should, right? Because you're saying that there are nutrients that you need.
Well, I don't know that off my head, but I'm
Okay,
pretty sure there's
okay.
some that you don't
Let
need.
me ask you this. So if you found today that you could live healthily and you could get every nutrient that you need on a plant-based diet, do you think that would then be the morally preferable option?
Most of my diet are mostly plants-based, but I'm not gonna say I'm gonna stop eating animals just because.
No. I'm asking if you found out today that a plant-based diet could provide everything that you need, so all of the calories and the nutrients that you need, and you could be healthy and you could have an optimum diet, do you think that that would be the morally preferable option?
Sure, if that is possible, but I
Okay,
know that is not
sure.
possible.
Yeah, you keep saying that you know that's not possible. Do you have evidence for that?
So you can't really find B12 in a plant like that, or they're rarely in there. I mean, iron,
Yeah, so
creatine, taurine.
okay. So do you think that every vegan is B12 iron deficient? I mean,
Yeah, they are
create
actually. They are. That's a fact. That's actually a fact.
have you got evidence for
Vegans are
that?
mostly iron deficient.
Yeah, do you have evidence for that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have an evidence for that.
Okay.
That's one of the things I actually looked up before.
Yeah, so we actually have evidence. So the largest association of dietitians and nutritionists in the world, they say this is the consensus. They say that a plant-based diet can be healthy and nutritious for all stages
It
of life.
could be. That's the trick
Yeah, it can
statement. It
be.
could
So
be,
obviously
but it is
you
not.
obviously no, but it can be.
It could be.
It's
It
not.
could
It's
be,
not.
but it is not. That's the trick
No,
answer to that.
but it is if you consume
It
all of
could
the.
be. It could
Yeah,
be. It is
yeah.
not.
Just yeah. What? Like okay,
Exactly.
Shane.
Yes.
But it is if you
It is not.
consume all of the right. Yeah, but it is if you consume all of the nutrients that you need, right? And
Mm-hmm.
if you eat a balanced diet, then it is. You can't
What
say
is the
it's
balance? What is the
not
balanced diet for
because
you?
there isn't one plant-based diet. You can't say it is or it isn't. Obviously, it cannot be, but it also can be if you're consuming everything that you need, right? Just like a non-vegan diet, right? That can
Mm-hmm.
be like nutritious and you can get everything that you need from that diet, but also
Yeah.
if you're not consuming all of the nutrients that you need, or if you're not eating enough calories, then it won't be.
Okay.
So, yeah. Do you acknowledge that you can get everything that you need on a plant-based diet?
I know you cannot get everything from a plant-based diet.
Okay, well I'm done then because I've
Because
given you the
you're gonna require
evidence.
supplements for
I've
some of
given
this stuff. You need supplements. for some of the.
What's the issue with supplements?
Yeah, what supplement? I'm curious.
You need some of the supplements for some of the vitamins you
Yeah,
need.
which ones? Which
Okay.
ones?
Yeah, and
Uh,
what would be the issue with that?
Yeah.
So the one I know off my head, I think omega-3 and B12. I'm pretty sure that is one I'm pretty sure about.
Omega-3, that's optional
B12.
for anybody. B12 comes from the cobalt in the soil. That's given to
B12
the
does not come
animals,
from
and
the
then you
soil.
eat the animals.
Yeah, I just
kinda
want to know what's
curious.
the issue with
Because
supplements.
that is
because
critical for nerve functions, and most vegans have
Yeah.
nerve issues.
Do you know a
Literally.
vegan? Who can tag a vegan that you know? I'd like to talk to them.
yeah,
I don't know much
that's
because most of my people eat meat. I
Oh.
was just in here for the fact that you're saying eating humans.
Wow, I've been vegan for
Comparable
12
to
years and I've never had a problem.
it's comparable to eating animals.
Wait,
That is
all the
not a thing.
vegans that I know don't have a problem with B12. Huh, that's so strange.
yeah, I'm
There's a
gonna
reason
move
why I'm
on
doing this.
because it seems like Shane. It kind of seems like you're not open to being wrong about this. I've given you the evidence that we can be healthy on a plant-based diet, and you still don't believe it. So yeah, apparently you know more than the largest association of dietitians
So
and
give me
nutritionists.
a plant that you can get
No,
B12 from.
I'm done really. But if David and Axel want to add anything,
I'm just saying, give me a plant that you can get B12 from.
Plant, fermented plants, soil. By the way,
You keep saying
every
soil. What soil? You keep saying
Algae,
you're gonna be eating sand or soil.
dirt.
You're gonna be eating dirt.
Hold on.
You what you saying
No,
right now?
Why
hold
don't
on.
you just listen,
Hold.
Shane, or
Yeah,
calm
yeah,
down,
hold.
like one-on-one?
So, what I'm saying is that soil, regardless, if you really wanted to live without like supplementation, you could just eat the vegetables that has soil on it. However, the reason we don't do that is because that soil also has other things like bacteria that is not healthy for us. The bacteria that has B12 is healthy for us,
Okay,
but
all right, can I say something? You said, can I say something? Okay,
Why don't you
so you keep
respond?
saying about plants that you're gonna eat, you're gonna be a vegan. Eating bacteria has nothing to do with being a vegan. And eating soil or getting your nutrients from soil has nothing to do with being a vegan.
how
We're
is
talking about
eating
plants.
bacteria? How
Yeah.
is eating bacteria not vegan?
It's bacterial plant.
No,
Vegans don't
so
eat only. Vegans don't
Shane,
only eat plants.
veganism is the ethical principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals. It's not about. It's nothing to do with dietary choices. But yeah, I mean, you haven't even explained like what your issue with supplementation is. Like what's the difference? So a supplement could literally be a certain nutrient that's extracted and like into like a pill form. It could just be, it's like the equivalent to eating a banana. Like it's not like it has a worse effect on your body or something. Like I just don't understand what the issue is. If it so like even if the case was that every single vegan had to take 5 supplements every single day, I'm straw manning here. Sorry, I'm steel manning. I mean, what would be the issue with that? Why would that be a bigger issue than exploiting an individual who didn't want to be unalived?
Are you so sure they don't want to be unalive because they'll feel pain? That's what you're saying?
No, because they're sentient.
It's like the cruelty, animal cruelty part of it. That's what. Because he was comparing animals to human beings.
Yeah. What's the issue with
Shane, I
that?
don't think you're following.
Like that's pretty weird, huh?
Yeah, you haven't answered my question. Why can't we compare animals with animals? Like what's the issue with that?
Because we're not the same as animals. We're not animals. We're not the
Are
same.
animals a table then?
No.
Are they a plant?
Plants. So actual plants also feel stuff, right? Because if you're gonna be saying about the feeling part of it, or animals a table. Plants also kill stuff, but we still cut them down for our own gain,
Yeah.
and you still eat
Yeah.
them, right?
No,
Well, plant
plants
can
are not
talk, plant
sentient.
can communicate, or plant can move around.
Shane,
can
plants
see,
are not
actually.
sentient, and even if they were, we could minimize the amount of plants that we unalive by going vegan. So
Yeah, just
You can minimize it, so it's okay to do it for plants.
and two
It's
things.
not
Did you
okay to
not
do it for
hear
animals.
Shane? What did Jen just say?
Yeah.
What did she just say?
She just said we can minimize the amount of plants we can.
Yes. So that would be an
So we can
argument
minimize
for
the amount of
so that
animals we consume.
Shane. That would be an argument for veganism. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're on that case. So also, did you know that most supplements, almost the vast majority of supplements are given to the animals that you eat? Okay? That's one thing. And also, humans are animals. So I'm just going to pass it back
I
to
never said
Axel.
humans are not animals. I'm saying you can compare us with them. The
Okay.
other lower
So the
life
reason that we
forms.
can compare is because we're both animals. But I'm gonna get back to my main point. So that like David was just saying, the animals, like the reason that we don't like just eat soil or allow animals to get their B12 through soil is because those unhealthy bacteria will cause massive problems for our health, the animals' health. It will be just ridiculous to try to fight all of that, because there's new bacteria that are evolving almost every day. So we won't be able to keep up with it. It will just like be struggling to survive the entire time. So what we've learned to do is get that bacteria from the soil and start synthesizing B12. Almost all B12 is synthetic B12 at this point in time. I don't know of any source of B12 that is um not natural, like, or that is not synthetic. Sorry. All of it is synthetic, none of it is natural. And the reason why is just because like natural sources of B12 is super dangerous for consumption. uh um that being said, um uh when it comes to uh supplementation, like Jem was saying, supplementation, there is no inherent wrong thing about it. Um, you can, all we need is nutrients. We don't need ingredients. So
Okay.
if you supplement nutrients, you're just getting nutrients. Your body doesn't say, "Look, that came from a pill. Reject, abort." No, it's just going to take in the nutrients that your body needs, because it's like, even if it did have some prejudice against synthetic nutrient, it would still take that synthetic nutrient rather than not at all. This is why we have iodized salt. This is why we have uh, all these other supplements that are in foods, because we just need nutrients, and like, our bodies don't discriminate nutrients. We get the nutrients that we need to sustain life.
Okay. So instead of just taking like creatine, for example, instead of just taking creatine from the source, from the animal, you're gonna take supplements instead from taking just the food from the source.
Sure, why not?
Because I'm pretty sure about that one. I've done the B12
Creatine is
and the
not very
creatine. You can get it
essential
from
anyway.
plants also.
Creatine is
So that
not that
one.
essential anyway. Like, it's pretty like secondary like essential. It's not like primarily essential. You're not gonna die, not getting a creatine supplement or creatine from meat. Our bodies create it.
So, Shane, I just want to ask, do you now acknowledge that you can be healthy and get everything that you need on a plant-based diet?
Not really,
Okay.
because
So
some
we're gonna
of them
move
you
on
still can't.
because
I
we're
just
gonna
give you an
move on.
example, and you're still asking me the same question. Some of them you cannot get from plant-based diet.
Creatine is not essential, and I gave you the evidence a while back. So yeah, we're gonna move on. Disingenuous, yeah.
Yeah, so look, you said it's doing
Hey,
a
are you
bad
over
thing to
18?
stop. Yes.
Sorry,
You said
what's
it's
your
doing a bad
what's
thing
your
to
name?
stop.
Bro,
Vegan?
calm down, bro.
Yeah, let
Why are
me
you
just
coming on an alt? Why are you coming in on an alt? It's the same guy
vegan
with the
bullshit.
pescatarian.
Is it?
It
Are
was
you the same person I spoke to earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on because we have other people to talk to that haven't been up yet. Hey, Max Carr, are you over 18? Okay, they've gone off the app. Revved up Tism. Are you over
Hi.
18?
I am, yes.
Perfect. Sorry, what can I call you?
Kaylee.
Kaylee, okay. So how do you feel about animals?
I absolutely adore them.
Okay. And how do you feel about animal exploitation? So using animals in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes?
It shouldn't be a thing.
Okay. So would you agree that we should respect other animals?
100%, yeah.
Okay. And do you think that we can truly respect animals if we are exploiting them for their flesh, fur, feathers, eggs, breast milk, or any other purpose?
No, that's not possible, no.
Okay. So what's your understanding of veganism?
So it's being against exploitation of animals, letting them live how they should be, living without us using them and taking everything from them and stealing their livelihoods and everything.
Are you a vegan?
Not yet, no.
Okay, because you sound like one.
Trust me, I've spoken to a fair few people and I'm on the right track. It's just I'm not there yet.
Okay. So what's holding you back? What's going on there?
So I'll give context. So I'm autistic for one. So textures change, certain foods are a no to me. I love fruit, but I cannot stand vegetables. Anything vegetable related, my body just rejects it. So anything fruit related, I'm absolutely fine with. But that's the main issue, is the vegetable side of it, because a lot of it is like mushrooms and things like that.
Okay. So what do you think? I want to ask you a question just to find out a bit more about like your situation. So let's say, and the reason I'm asking this is, Kaylee, is because sometimes I speak to people who kind of they use certain. I'm not saying you're doing this, by the way, but that they use certain like excuses, or they use people's like conditions or whatever. They tokenize people to justify their own actions. So I wanted to like pose you with a hypothetical, if that's okay. So let's say if you got bitten by an insect, let's say, and it made you allergic to all animal-based products, like you couldn't physically digest any flesh, eggs, dairy, anything like that from tomorrow. What do you think would happen to you? Do you think that you could find a way to survive and be healthy?
I mean, I'd find ways without the vegetable side of things. So I'm a big lover of pasta. I love pasta. So that's like one of my main things that I eat anyway. I use vegan mayonnaise a lot. That is one thing I will say. And it's absolutely amazing. I used to have normal mayo back in the day, and I've had it recently, and I felt disgusting. It was so nasty. It was.
I wouldn't
so
call it
eggy, and I was
normal
like,
mayo. It's got like chickens
Yeah, and I was like, no, no, the vegan mayo is like it's amazing. You know, I can't
Yeah.
hype up vegan mayo enough.
Okay. So
Um,
I appreciate the honesty. So you would find a way to do it. I appreciate obviously that
absolutely.
it's harder for some people than others because some people have certain barriers that other people don't have. So obviously, you know, it may be a little bit more difficult for somebody like yourself, for example. But obviously, in comparison to what the animals are going through, I would still
Yeah.
say that they have it far, far worse still.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So yeah, I think that so it is possible for you to be vegan. I know you said that you've got a bit of a barrier, like it's more difficult for you, but it does seem like your values are very much in line with being vegan, and you've
Yeah.
acknowledged that it is possible. So yeah, I mean, what else is stopping you? I'd say just go for it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that was it really. I mean, I used to think that vegan food was a lot more expensive, but I've been doing my research, I've been speaking to the right people, and that is not the case.
Okay. Have you heard of Challenge 22?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay. Yeah, because on here, I've got a link which is it's also on my bio, so you can just click into it. There's something called Challenge 22, so they help people for 22 days with certain obstacles. They can answer any questions that you've got, you know, based on your situation.
Yeah.
Like if you've got any like budgetary requirements or like any barriers and things like that. So they give you support when it comes to that.
Okay.
I would recommend sign up to that 22 days. Just give it a go. Just go for it. Think about the animals, what they're going through. You know all this already,
Yeah.
and yeah, just I would just say just go full force and yeah, watch what the animals are going through when you do have these cravings, just to
Yeah.
you know remind
Yeah,
yourself.
I would invite you to go to a sanctuary as well. I think
Okay.
that could be very pivotal for you because then you can see the animals and see their eyes and get to learn about them and experience time with them.
Yeah, yeah, I completely get that. I mean, it's not obviously the reasoning, but being autistic, I'm freaked out by like majority of meats anyway. There's been certain points in my life where I've witnessed someone eat, say, a steak, and there's been blood coming out from it, and it freaks me out. I'm like, that's an animal, and it's barely been unalived. You know, it's like it shouldn't be there. You know, um, so yeah, even when I've been to farms and stuff, I look at the animals and I connect with things emotionally, like on a deep level. Um, so I look at them and I think they've got their own life, you know, it's not just they're a cow. It's
Yeah.
they get to live, they get to experience the world, they get to have a family, hopefully. Um, so
Yeah, and
yeah, it's just I
it's
think
really
everything deserves to live and not suffer.
yeah, it's really up to us to even change our language around. Like I used to call them it or things too, but I changed my language around it. I used to work in agriculture and
Oh,
I
okay.
saw what the animals went through, and I'm like eternally going to be scarred from the things I witnessed, but it's empowered me to fight for their rights for the rest of my life because even that first hen that I saw inside, you know, a crate and
Yeah.
what she went through is worth the fight. I'm going tomorrow to a slaughterhouse. I'm actually going for a few days, and we're going to be exposing these places. If you ever went to one of them, the smell, seeing those animals in the truck and what they experience. I mean, this needs to be the driving force, right?
Yeah.
We can think it's all this big barrier, and I understand that for some people it's a bit harder, but it's just always remembering the victims, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think one thing that opened my eyes, it's probably not the best example, but Clarkson's farm,
Yeah,
he sent, I think, some of the animals off to slaughter, and I was sobbing. My heart was broken. I was like, those animals deserve to live. Just because they're useless for breeding doesn't mean they're useless to live. They still have a right to live.
it's
But
so arbitrary.
us humans are the ones who make the decisions for them. They can't speak.
Yeah, it's very conditional the way we treat animals versus the way they treat us. They come up to us, they're curious about us, they want to get to know us, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I would also recommend, if you haven't already seen Dominion, I would recommend giving that a watch. It's also linked on here. It's in my bio.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna watch it tonight. I keep remembering it, but then I forget, so I'm gonna do it as soon as I come off here.
that's
And then
awesome.
I'll obviously come back and explain what I feel.
Yeah,
But I've got one
that's awesome.
question that I've been dying to ask people, but I can't ever ask it, is what is tofu and what does it taste like?
So tofu is made from soya.
Okay.
And I mean, the taste kind of depends on how you cook it and how you season it. So, in itself, I mean, I would say that it's more like it's like a block of like texture or block of like protein. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fermented soybeans, but in terms of the taste, that could really vary depending on what you do with it. So you can kind of make it taste like eggs or chicken or depending on what you do with it. So I mean, on its own, I guess it could be pretty flavorless. It does depend how you cook it. But yeah, I like plain tofu as well. I think yeah, it's good, but yeah, I don't think plain tofu has much flavor. You have to, if you want the flavor, you have to season it and yeah,
Yeah.
cook a
I mean,
lot
I
with
love
it.
seasoning food anyway, so it just adds flavor to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you season tofu, you're gonna find it's incredible. For myself, I was freaked out about tofu for so many years. I stayed away from it, I avoided it, and now it's a staple of my diet. So I get the concern, but it's like one of the best things you could eat.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into it and some recipes for it.
Cool. Right, I
Um,
appreciate you coming up. Did you have any
yeah,
other
one more thing.
questions?
Not
Yeah.
question, but one thing I want you to promote to everyone right now, all of the YouTube videos and documentaries that they need to watch, because people don't ask for it enough, for all of the links
Yeah.
and everything right now.
Yeah. I would say my top recommendations would definitely be Dominion. Also, the most important speech you'll ever hear. I think that makes some really valid points, kind of challenges the way you're thinking because we've all been raised in a certain way to kind of, yeah, we don't really question what we're taught. We're kind of told things. We're constantly like marketed to, and we don't really question it. But that really does like challenge your way of thinking. So I would say that the most important speech you'll ever hear. Christspiracy is a good one for anybody who's religious. That kind of looks into like the religious argument, the religious side. Pignorant is a good one as well. I mean, I don't want to overwhelm anybody, but so I'll stop there. But yeah,
I
if
mean,
Axel or
the more the
David, if
better,
you've
so
got any,
everyone can educate themselves, you know.
yeah,
The more information we have, the more we can spread awareness.
Um,
cool.
is it all right if I ask a question?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you sound a little familiar. Did you talk to? I think you've talked to somebody called Vegan Stoner Lady.
No,
Um,
I haven't. The only vegans I've spoken to is Landon Plants, who's in the chat, and that vegan teacher as well.
oh, okay. Have you ever looked into like Challenge 22?
No, I haven't, but I'm going to look into it after this.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I got nothing else.
Cool. All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for
and
having me.
that's all right. And yeah, like you said, once you've watched, I'm here every week, so yeah, I'd love to hear from you again.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was lovely speaking to you. I just need to say thank you to a couple of people, Sabby Coops and Marcos, who have kindly made donations over on YouTube. It really is appreciated and it doesn't go unnoticed, so I need to say that now. But yeah, let's move on because I do have to finish at 10, but I'm going to get a couple more in. Shane Vibes, we've already spoken to you. H. Thomas. Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah,
What's your date of birth?
11th of the 7th, 2000.
Okay. How do you feel about animals?
Well, I work on a farm, actually.
Okay. So how do you feel about animals?
Well, on our farm, we care about them.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about animal exploitation? So using animals in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes?
What do you mean against their interests?
Well, if you're using someone against their interests, you're doing things to them that they don't, that's not in their interest. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like if I was exploiting you, using you in a way that went against your interests, I'd be doing something to you that you wouldn't choose to have done to yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Well, I don't know, really.
Okay. Do you think that we should respect animals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think that it's possible to truly respect them if we are exploiting them for their flesh, eggs, breast milk, or for any other purpose?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you think it would be respectful for somebody to exploit you for your flesh or anything that comes out of your body or for any purpose at all?
Well, children.
Children. Sorry, it's just a yes or no question. So, do you think it would be respectful for somebody to exploit you?
No.
Okay. So we've got to this point where you've said that you think that it's respectful to exploit other animals, but it's not respectful to exploit you. So my next question would be, what's the difference between you and them that means that it's respectful to do to them, but wouldn't be respectful to do to you?
Well, we eat them.
Yeah, but I'm asking like for a trait. So what is it about them? So let's say somebody was exploiting you because they wanted to eat you, right? So they would then eat you, right? But that's not a reason. So I'm asking what is it about you that means it wouldn't be respectful to do that to you, but it is to them?
Well, I might taste good. I don't know. Well, I might.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're following here. I'm looking for a trait.
Trait? What does that mean?
Yeah, so I'm asking, what is it about you that means? So you've told me that it wouldn't be respectful to do to you what we do to other animals, but it is respectful to do it to them. So what is it? So why is it respectful for them but not for you? What's the difference between you and them that justifies the difference in view?
Well, because it's agriculture and it's been going on for
Yeah,
thousands of
that's
years.
okay. So that's not answering my question. Because it's agriculture. I'm asking, what is the difference
I didn't finish
between you and
but
them?
it's fine.
And well, I mean, if you're not answering, then obviously I'm gonna interrupt, and the longevity of something has no relevance of it.
Right.
So do you have a difference?
A difference with what?
So okay, I'm gonna ask one more time. So what is it that means that it's not respectful to do to you, but it is to them? So what is it about you? What is the difference between you and them that makes it respectful to do to them, but not to you? Okay.
Well, I'm a human.
Yes. What is it about you as a human that that means that it's not okay to do to you, it's not respectful, but it is to do to other species? This is my question.
Because they're livestock. Well, you wouldn't like.
Again, that's just circular reasoning.
There's carnivals in this whole entire world that eat people as well.
No, but what are the traits, my guy? Traits. Like, what is it that the animals have or don't have that the humans have or don't have?
Well, we're animals as well.
Okay.
Cows can kill us, can't they?
Oh boy.
Shall we move on? We're clearly not
well,
getting an
well,
answer.
All right.
Or Axel, did you want to ask something?
Big up Ethan Castle in the comments.
Nope.
Okay.
Big up.
That was so weird. Okay. I'm gonna skip Keith because I know Keith is vegan, rightfully so. But we've got 2 people on the panel at the moment.
How's
Hey,
it going?
hey, Slim Buddy, are you over 18?
I'm 33.
Awesome. So how do you feel about animals?
Neutral.
Neutral. How do you feel about animal exploitation? So using animals in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes.
I think that all of existence is about selfishness and exploitation, so those things are not good and bad in of themselves.
Oh, so do you think we're justified to then exploit each other? Because you could say that about anything, right?
Yes, that is all of existence is conflict, exploitation, pecking order, and food chain. That's how all of
Sure.
existence is structured.
Okay, so you think that we're justified to exploit other humans as well?
Yeah, that happens. That's happened since the dawn of
I know it
man.
happens.
Tribal wars. Yeah.
Okay, Slim. So I'm not asking what happens. I'm asking what should happen. So I'm not asking what the world is at the moment. The world runs on exploitation. I know that. I'm asking how should the world be, right? What should we do? What kind of examples should we set? What should we strive towards, right?
Yeah, we should
Is
live on
exploitation good or bad?
neutral.
Exploitation is neutral.
Yes, it depends. For if you're the chicken, the fox is evil, but to the fox's children, the mother killing
No,
the
I'm
children
talking
unalive the
about
chicken is good.
I'm talking about human beings. So
Exploiting each
I
other.
d- no, exploiting anyone. So other animals or each other. Yeah, it's
Yeah, all of existence is based upon that. That's how all
sure.
existence
Yeah,
works.
like I said. So I'm not asking how things are. I'm asking how things should be. So you
How they
say
should
that
be is we should
yeah.
answer the question, please.
So I'm just clarifying my question. So I'm asking, you said that exploitation is neutral. So you think that somebody using you for your body parts is neutral?
That
Yeah?
would be neutral for them. And if I don't
No,
want
no, no,
that
no,
to
for you,
happen,
for
yeah,
you.
it's irrelevant. There's
No,
always a good
it's
and
not
bad
a,
in the equation.
it's how is your opinion irrelevant?
Because to the water buffalo, the lion is evil.
I'm
but
not
to the
ask
lion
I'm not
cubs,
asking
it's
to
not
the
evil.
water buffalo. I'm asking to you, Slim.
It's all connected, though.
No, I'm
Can
asking
you
about
exist
your
in a
opinion.
well? Yeah, but it's subjective.
Yeah, your opinion is.
Yeah.
I'm asking about your subjective opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
what
if
is
I
your
don't want to be eaten, it's my job to overcome that situation.
okay? And
Survival
you
of the
would,
fittest might makes right. That's
and
how
I'm
that's how
assuming
reality functions.
sure, and I'm assuming that so you wouldn't want that to happen to you.
No, but if I cannot
No.
overcome it, they have the right to eat
Okay.
me. That's
So
just
do
how
you
existence works.
so do you acknowledge that nobody else wants to be exploited themselves?
No living creature wants to be exploited, but there's
Okay.
that's
So
the circle of life.
so if they don't want it, surely we should strive to not inflict that upon them if we can.
Why? Why is that? Why would that be bad to not do that?
Why would that be bad to not do that?
Yeah.
I'm saying it would be bad to exploit them because they don't want it. We wouldn't
Why?
want it to happen to us.
Yeah,
Because
but
they don't
how
want
does
it.
the nature of reality function? You're trying to rebel against the very fabric of reality. Your argument is not with me; it's with Wonka Tonka. Are you familiar with Wonka Tonka?
What? What are you talking
Spirit Buffalo
about?
White, Native American spirituality. Do you have any indigenous friends?
What does that have to do with anything?
Everything. They live
No,
in
I'm
accordance with the
asking
law.
about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm asking
Yeah.
about.
Uh-huh.
So you've said that you wouldn't want to be exploited. You acknowledge that
Nothing
others.
wants to be exploited, but that is the
Yeah.
struggle of existence. That's the laws
Sure.
of the
Okay.
creator, the universal
Nobody
laws.
wants to be exploited. So if we don't have
Deer
to
don't want to
do
be
that,
exploited. The fox don't
so
want to be
if we
exploited.
don't, no. So if we don't have to do that, then why would we inflict that
Do
on
we?
them?
But how do you know that we don't have to do that?
Because I don't do it. Like
Do
veganism
you?
exists.
Veganism unalives animals and could potentially be bad for the
Okay,
environment.
I'm talking about
how much of America is
animal
farmable?
exploitation, Slim.
Why is that bad?
Why is animal exploitation bad? We've covered this because they don't want to be exploited,
haven't.
and if we don't have to do
So
it,
what?
then
What? So what?
How old are you to not understand why it's bad? Like,
Who gets
at
to
least be in
decide
here and
what's
talk
good and
good
evil?
faith, for
Do you
fuck's
believe?
sakes.
Wait. Do you
Like,
do
be
you
here in
believe in
good
a higher?
faith,
What is the
bro.
source of your morality?
This is
Who
meta.
gets to
This
decide
is
what's good and
bullshit.
evil?
Shut up, man.
yeah,
You
let's,
shut up. You're
drop you.
triggered because you know.
Yeah, really weird. Really weird logic. Like, you acknowledge that other animals don't want to be exploited. Why would we do it if we don't have to? Like, obviously, other animals don't, like, what?
Yeah, and as if he'd be okay with someone exploiting him and or his family. And then he's just trying to
Yeah.
play this weird subjective makes right game. It's such a weird concept.
Yeah, I can probably get a couple more in. Let's see. Oh, nothing's happening. Oh, has it? No. We've spoken to Max Carr, I'm pretty sure. Josh.
Max Carr was the one who was AFK when you invited him on there, so he might be back.
Okay. Let's try. I'm just going down the list. Max Carr, feel free to request again. Nothing's happening when I'm inviting people up or accepting people. Waiting for the guest to join. Unless, yeah, I'm going down my list, but nothing's happening. Oh, hang on, I've got one. I think now I'm probably going to have to kick someone out if it might bring two people up. Hey, Sol, are you over 18?
Hello, mate.
Are you over 18? I'll take that
Yeah.
to no.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I've got two more requests. I had a few guest requests. I'm going to bring Keith up now because I've not got any. But when I tried to bring them up, they weren't there. I don't think there's a problem on my end though, because it's connecting Keith up now. Hey Keith, you okay?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to bring you up. I'm gonna head off in a minute, but I didn't have any other requests, so I thought I'd bring you up to say hi.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
had some
some,
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, vegans.
Yes. So there is-
Interesting people. So yeah, shall we answer some comments since we've got no guest requests? Maybe for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Well, 9 actually, until I have to go. So yeah, if
Yeah,
you've got
maybe if there's some genuine comments, other than just calling us names.
Yeah, so guys, if you are too shy to come up, oh no, it's Shane Vibes. We've already spoke to you. I'm not going to accept you if we've already had a conversation today. Yeah, it's just pointless. Yeah, if you've got any questions in the comments, if you're too shy to come on up, then just pop your question in the comments and we will answer. Shane Vibes, because we've already spoken to you, why do we want to talk again? The transportation of your almonds is killing more bees than anything else. Yeah, so if you're making claims like that, then you're going to have to prove it and what your proposed solution is. Because I'm all in favour of unaliving less bees. I'm all in favour for it. So tell me what your solution is.
Transportation of
Yeah, I don't know.
almonds?
I think they just
Do they
repeat.
think that like food doesn't like?
I don't know. I think
I
they
just like.
just.
Do you think that other foods don't get transported? It's just like only almonds that get transported. Like we don't transport meat or dairy or eggs or anything else. Like
I don't know. I think they just repeat stuff that they've heard previously. Let's.
It
We've
kind
got.
of reminds me of the meme where they have the dairy milk or whatever, and it just shows a cow, and then it shows like an almond, and then like the almond milk being squeezed, right? It's like they don't show the whole process of what it entails to farm animals or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, we did have a request, but they've gone. I was gonna say maybe I could squeeze another one in. Tadotto, you can watch the stream back on YouTube if you wish to, because obviously this is being streamed onto platform. If farmers weren't here, there would be no veg, fruit or crops for you to eat, so be thankful. Yeah, so vegans aren't anti-farming. We're just anti-farming of other beings, like sentient individuals. We're not anti-crop farming. Yeah. Nothing.
But most farmers are like separated by they either do animal agriculture or they do crop agriculture. If
Yeah.
they do any kind of crop agriculture alongside their animal agriculture, it's usually crops to grow to feed to their livestock. So
Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, we're not anti-farmer. If everyone left animals alone, what about overpopulation? Of who? Who would be overpopulated? Oh, the comments are coming quite quickly, so
Yeah, because we breed animals into existence, right? And
yeah.
I think it's 80% of the animals we breed into existence are under 5 to 7 weeks old. So
Yeah. Watching UK, so you're saying that I should read more. Why don't you come and educate me? You know, you've been busy in the comment section. If you think that I need to learn more, then come and tell me. Yeah, I've been here for a couple of hours now. I haven't seen you in my guest requests. So, and you, John, you know nothing about farming. Come and tell me what I need to know. Come on. You need more than educating. Yeah, come and tell me what I need to know. We can have a chat about it. Like,
teach us.
yeah, educate us. I'm here. I'm here to listen. I'm here for polite conversations. I'm running out of time today. No, Shane. I've already spoken to you. I would love to, but you're very close-minded. I mean, I don't know how I'm close-minded. Like, I went vegan when I heard the evidence of why I should go vegan. So I'm clearly the kind of person who's open to making changes. So yeah, come and tell me. That is such a cop-out. Like, oh no, I'm not gonna tell you because you're close-minded. What a cop-out. Yeah, you do have to be over 18.
Watch the
Tadotto.
Lion King.
Tadotto is a vegan, but I'm about to go. Not replying to me as you don't have the answer. Chris Sharp, do you have a question? I'm here for another 4 minutes. Hello, you're a bit quiet.
How quiet? Like I got the phone right in front of me. Do I need to put like earbuds that have a mic on?
I don't know
Yeah,
if
you're
it's
really
the
quiet.
same. Yeah, is it the same for everyone else?
Let me try my earbuds.
I would love to send you a list of books to read, but you're one of the generation who do not read. Yeah, again, what a cop-out. Like, you don't know if I do or don't read. What generation doesn't read? You don't even know what generation I am. No.
So quiet, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to head out anyway. I think somebody's asking Chris Sharp, still not answering me. I don't know what your question is. Is it about overpopulation?
I think they might just be spamming. I don't know. I didn't see a question that they had.
No, neither.
Hey,
So
hey, everyone in the chat, by the way, if you haven't liked and subscribed and joined the channel, what are you doing? What are you doing, guys?
Chris
All right.
Sharp, you agree to farming, but this unalive animals. Yeah, so I agree to farming crops. I'm against animal exploitation. I think that we should try and avoid unaliving other animals, and we should minimize that as much as we can. But what we're talking about now is animal exploitation. So using other animals as commodities, as property, using them as resources. This is what we're against. So kind of like slavery. Yeah, I do have a reel that kind of addresses this and explains why it's a very bad excuse against veganism, because yeah, it's not comparable. You're comparing exploiting to like casualties during crop farming, when they're also like unalived. And also we can like dramatically reduce this, like minimize it by going vegan anyway. So yeah. Anyway, does anyone else have any final words or any comments that anyone would like to answer before we go?
Just on that note, like you know, with just like say the soy, like because the soy meal alone that we feed the livestock animals, if that was instead redirected to making soy flour and other soy products like TVP and soy curls and things like this, that's going to be close to about like it's like 700 to 750 billion pounds of that material that would now be available for humans to consume. So that's like 90 pounds per person per year of soy flour, which is like that comes down to like 55 grams of protein per day per person. So like literally that one action alone would cure world hunger world protein deficiency, because like the RDA for protein is right around like 55 grams per adult. So it's just always like a silly argument to me. It's like, oh, but like we can get so much from doing what we're doing to these animals. Like, no, if you were to take that same protein and then feed it to an animal, most of the energy is lost just keeping the animal alive and growing parts that we don't even consume, or people don't like consuming. So like, you know, fur or skin or bones or brains or eyes. Like most people don't want to eat those things or can't eat those things. So like you get like only like 15% of the return on the protein that you actually put into the animal. So that same protein that would have given humans 55 grams of protein per person per day, if fed to animals, is like 5 to 15 at best. It's just like that argument is always mind blowing to me, that people are still holding on to the fact that we could cause more, we would cause more crop unalignments in a vegan world. Like for that to be the case, you would have to defy entropy. You'd have to defy like one of the core rules of thermodynamics. And I don't know how people are still holding on to that. idea.
Yeah, you are a book of knowledge. Maybe the person who was saying that I should read needs to understand that. So yeah, I've had a couple other requests, but you're a bit too late, guys, because I have to leave at 10. Yeah, I was waiting for some requests a few minutes ago, but I do have to leave. I will be back this time next week, so from 7:30 until this time. So I'll be here. So do feel free. I think if you if you do follow me, I appreciate the gifts as well. If you do follow me, then you might get like a notification if they're turned on. I don't really know how it works when I go live. And then we can chat next time. I think I've got through everyone today, which is pretty impressive. So that was cool. And thank you everyone on the panel who's come up for all your words of wisdom. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jam.
Thank you, David, Axel, Tadotu, who we can hardly hear, Keith.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Catch you soon.
Have a good one.
Bye.
That is a wrap. So let's go off. Awesome. So that was an interesting one. We got through them all. It's a bit weird though, like I had to skip some of them because they weren't like responding or whatever, but good to see everybody. I think we had one that was good, which is coincidentally the one who had like the most barriers. She was saying that she struggles with textures or something like that, like she has something, but still she was eager to go vegan still. So I don't really know there's a lot going on in the comment section, but appreciate everybody being here, and we'll do it again next week. And I'm relieved that it all worked fine, because I was worried. I was worried at first that it wasn't going to work. But goodbye Kane, goodbye Louis. See if I can say bye to every single person. Vegan Anthem, Marisa. Goodbye, David. Oh, it's very warm today. Maybe I'll have to drop the dressing gown next week. Some wild ones today, so many legends in the chat. Sabby Coops, legend. Martin, John Cowtag. That's genuine if she genuinely has ASD. Yeah, but she was honest. She still said that it would be possible, even though it's a bit more difficult. Which I appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate the honesty. And however difficult it is for us, it's much worse for the animals. So thank you, VSL. I always enjoy your lives. I don't my top's nearly coming down now. I do watch yours, not live, but when I'm working, I have it in the background. See you, Jason. See you, Nilf. Bye, Louis. Not fair that you get called pretty, but I don't. I'm sure you would if you were live streaming. Goodbye, you tops. Yes, until next time. Jake's here as well. Vegan engineer, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Gem Professor. I'm sure there's people that I've missed out, but I am going to head off because it's gone 10. So past my bedtime. So peace. Catch you all next week. Thank you for all your dedication. And I hope you all have an awesome week. I hope you had an awesome Easter for whoever celebrates. Yeah, just another day really. But yeah, whoever celebrates, just another day for me. But you get to eat chocolate, so obviously vegan chocolate, of course. I feel like I don't have to specify now because everyone already knows. But yeah, apparently Axel's live, so yeah, if you're about, go check out Axel's stream. So he didn't say that he was going live when we're on TikTok. He could have plugged that. Animals aren't people. Animals are persons. Yeah, they have personalities. They have their own persona. They've been granted personhood in a court of law. So yeah, they are people. You know, just as much as you are. So anyway, I am going for real. So catch you soon. Goodbye.